Hey guys, it's Sarah from isweariamstitching. Today is April 4th, 2025, and this is Flosstube 131. I apologize for the bad lighting. It is later in the day. I was busy. Excuse my voice. I haven't spoken much at all today because it's my day off and no one's home. So I've talked to the dog a little bit. So there we go. Yeah, sorry again, the lighting and that. I waited too long. So if you're new, this is it. If you're coming back, you know the story. You know the drill. You know how it goes around here. This is the first time I've recorded on my phone in a very long time. I usually use my iPad, so I feel a little like I don't know where to look. I never know where to look on my iPad. Who am I kidding? Yeah, so I feel like I have had a busy week in general. I guess it's been 2 weeks since I've seen you. I'm sorry. So I've got some stuff to show. I have no finishes, no whips. No whips. Why would I be here? I have no finishes, no FFOs. And I believe no, so I do have an FFO. I lied to you guys. I have an FFO. But no sewing or anything this week. So let's get down to it. This I will show in a minute, so I'm going to move it. And then you guys can help me decide on something, because I got a cheap frame. Not cheap frame, it's a nice frame. But frame on clearance from work. And then I have nothing really to put in it. But one project that fits. I don't know if I like it. You guys have to tell me what you think. But I will start with the biggie since it is on top of the pile. You know her. You love her. My HAED. My Nefertiri. Oh, I do not have my... I didn't have my tablet on. So it's going to take a second for it to start up. Because it's like the cheapest tablet I could get. Because I knew all I'd really use it for is pattern keeper. So while that's loading up, let's skip on to the other thing I worked on. That's something I'll talk about later. Hey, it's like I'm not prepared. Okay, so my spring lady is my Lakapati from Bella Filipina. I worked on her. There she is. Oh, isn't she pretty? Just so pretty. And see, there we go. She's so pretty. And I'm using all the called for DMCs and the fancy flosses and the beads. I'm doing mine on 32 count Picture This Plus Belfast linen in moss 2/2. My goal for this season is to get from under the sash here of her yellow dress done. Not the parts dangling out, not even this little bit under the sash or whatever part of that dress that is. Just this yellow part of the dress, because I hate working in this yellow because it's beautiful, but there's like, it's kind of deceiving how much light yellow there is. Like in the picture it looks like a lot of dark golden yellows, and there are, but I feel like all I'm working with are light yellows, and just like white, I hate my stitches when they're light yellow. It's just the way it is. But this is where she's at. I don't know. I should be one of those floss tubers that takes a picture before and after or something to show you guys. But I got like a big chunk of yellow done, like a big chunk of her dress done. Because right down here comes the red part. Oh, there's my, what's it called? Tablet. I can't see. See? So I'm about here on the dress. So I still have like a little bit of dress to fill in and this large chunk of this bottom half to do this season. This spring, because she is my spring lady. And yes, I got the idea from Janet Jabber's season, her Mirabilia season queens of the seasons. So I thought that's a good idea to work on some of my bigger ladies. I'll just assign them seasons. Like, I mean, Lakapati doesn't scream spring, even though she basically is a deity of... What does her card say? I've forgotten all the information. Golden rice grains dance in abundance in the vast fields of the valley. Her hands caress trees, bearing bountiful fruits, both tart and sweet. She is protector of crops and farm animals. She is Lakapati, deity of fertility, and she gave agriculture to mankind. So that's springy, right? She's also, depending on which myth you read, androgynous, hermaphroditic, transgender. It's a very interesting read on that deity, so I highly recommend it. And she's beautiful. Even in all the myths I read where she is transgender, androgynous, hermaphroditic, there's always a pronoun of she, like she always goes by she. So I thought it was cool. Okay, so now the biggie, my HAED. Okay, so pattern keeper, or not pattern keeper, tablet. So I am doing Nefertiri, and she is from HAED, and the artwork is from, I think I've never used a tablet before. How old am I? Mandy Manzano, I knew that. There she is. So gorgeous. So pretty. I'll bring her close up with the parts I worked on. So I decided, I'd been working on one of these sides. I don't know. I decided to go back in the middle and work down to this little drop, like blue drop. So I did that, and I finished another page. So now I am on, let me get my little, oh my gosh. So I have 5 pages done now. I'm now at 15.86%. So last time I saw you 2 weeks ago, I had 3 pages. Was I close to 3 pages done? Or did I have 3 pages done? Some of page 4? I don't know. But 2 weeks ago, I was at 11% with 28,548 stitches. This week, I'm at 15, almost 16% with 40,551 stitches. So in 2 weeks, I did 12,003 stitches. It was so addicting and so fun, and I'm not gonna lie, part of it was the Korean drama Alchemy of Souls. If you've not watched it on Netflix, oh my god, I fucking loved that show. And there's like 30 episodes, and they're like an hour long, 40 something to an hour long, I can't remember. They're long. And I just was hooked. So there was a lot of stitching going on because there was a lot of Alchemy of Souls watching. I want to rewatch. I loved it so much. I want to rewatch it. When season 2 started, I was a little disappointed because there's a change in actress, a change in voice actor, and someone cuts their hair. And I was like, no, not the hair. It was stupid. But I quickly got over that because it's such a good show. The only bad thing is there's a lot of sword fighting, so there's like a lot of me, the needle in the air, just not stitching at all, staring, because it's fun to watch. And then there's like beautiful people in it and beautiful scenery, and just, yeah, watch it. Anyways, so I'll show you my actual project now that I was just talking about. Like I said, I'm 5 pages done, and then plus some, because I always go into the sides, so I don't try not to have any hard line breaks. After my first page I did. Where's the top? Where's the top? That's the top. Look. So that middle part right there with the blue bobble, that's the page I did. So pretty. I don't know how to hold it in front of my small little camera. Oh, it's such a big fabric too. I wish I'd given myself a little more wiggle room up top, because it is kind of, even though I zigzag stitched it, it's kind of fraying, but it's okay. Here we go. Let me fold up Let me fold her up. That's a bad fold job. That was a bad fold job. See how pretty. Now I'm torn on where I want to go next. Part of me I'm torn. Oh my God. I need 3 arms. 2 for holding, 1 for pointing. I'm thinking of going here because it's just 1 page and like half a page to have the top done. I'm thinking of going down more in the center so I can start working on like her face and her eyes. I think her eyes in that section. Her eyes might not be in that next that page. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Where's her eyes? Is that an eyeball? That's an eye. Okay, so that's an eye. And I'm thinking of going here. Oh, it'd be like her eyebrows. If I went straight down, it'd be like a little bit of eyebrow. Maybe. Not even that. Well, you know, if I wanted to do her eye, I could pick a side and go. Okay, so I'm either going to go down because it's fun. Go to the side because eventually I have to do the mirrored side of the pattern. Or I could go to a side and just do an eyeball. Maybe I'll go to the side since it's so blank over here and just pop an eyeball in. I may do that. I may go to the side and pop an eyeball in. That sounds so weird when I say it like that. Oh, it's not even her. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. That's a big page. Okay. Actually, if I go down, I'll get part of her other eye. I was looking at the other side. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'll just go to the side or go down, continue down. Or maybe I'll blindly put up my Q-snap and work on whatever happens to land in the Q-snap. Oh. But I do like doing it by page. Because I like being able to say I have this many pages done. But I do, again, try to work into the next pages so that there's not such, I'm hoping to avoid hard line breaks. Except for, again, right here. Because that was my very first page. And I didn't have Pattern Keeper. And it was harder. So I just did a hard break. So pretty. I wish you guys could see the colors like better. It's so pretty. So it's very addicting. I don't know when it'll stop being addicting. I basically, in 1 week, because I was going to record last week and I didn't, just reasons, and I'd written down all the information for last week, and I had 4 pages done, so I finished a page in a week. That probably will not be the norm. I can't see how that would be the norm. I can't see how I'd keep that up. But you never know. I'm going to keep doing it while I'm enjoying it. Get as much done as I can so she doesn't sit around for 10 years. And then I worked on my kit for March. Was my Dimensions Woodland Stack Stocking. I'm not going to lie. I'm not enjoying it that much. I don't like the Ada. And then as I'm working on it, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't hate backstitch. But when I look at it, I guess I didn't anticipate just how much backstitch there would be in it. Like I did the little hedgy hog, and it's just a mass of colors. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that son of a bitch is gonna have a lot of backstitch. I mean, it's gonna be cute. I'm gonna love it. But I don't. And whatever thread, does it say what thread they use? 14 count Ada. Pre-sorted thread. I don't know what thread they use, but it's awful. Like, it can't be DMC, right? Because it shreds and it knots up so badly, and they give you such little thread that I'm so afraid I'm gonna run out. Like, I'm not enjoying this kit. That might also be a big reason I'm not enjoying the kit. I mean, they give me a lot of white, granted, because polar bear and stuff. But like, some of the threads are like, oh my god, all ratty. Like, look at, like, it tells you how many threads they give you. Like, there's like only 4 lengths of like this green, which, you know, they're long lengths, don't get me wrong. But when it knots up and then shreds and I have to like get more, I'm so afraid I'm gonna run out of thread that it's really like making the process not super enjoyable. Like, this one only had 1 on it, so hopefully I don't use it very much because I've used a little bit of it. I mean, I have so much DMC, I probably could color match if I had to. That's another thing, is I want a kit that doesn't give me just enough. I want to have extra in case I majorly screw up. What if I accidentally cut my thread and like the itty bitty thingies, I don't know how to do that, but so it's like barely unusable. What if I get a lot of knots and have to cut my thread? It shreds and I have to cut my thread early. And I want enough materials to get me through any screw ups or unforeseen circumstances. What if my cat really liked my thread and was like, I'm gonna fucking need that thread? Anyways, so this is what I got done. I got the little hedgehog done and a chunk of the top of the polar bear. Like, I don't know when I'll do the back stitching on any of this, but here it is. So my headless reindeer, my little blobby hedgehog, who is super cute. And imagine him with this cross stitch. I mean, his back stitch, how cute he's gonna be. And a chunk of that polar bear. Well, I got more of that polar bear done than I thought I did. Huh. I didn't think I got that much of him done. Also, did I use the wrong freaking color? Oh, that's his ear. Okay. I thought that was his nose. And I was like, why is his nose so light and it's so dark on here? It's just part of his ear. I panicked a little bit. So, there he is. Look how cute the hedgehog is. Look at his little rosy cheek. I mean, I'm going to love it when it's done. I don't like the Ada. And I'm not a hater of Ada in general. It just feels really rough. I know most kit Ada I've ever worked with in my life has been rough. Especially when I was a kid and that's all I worked with. That's what I'm used to. I don't hate Ada. But this feels particularly rough. I don't know if that's why my thread is shredding. There it is. And now he's going away. Now my stocking is going bye-bye for a while because March is over. So I'm glad I didn't have any goals. I would have liked to finish the reindeer, but I didn't have a working copy of the top part. So he's just going to be headless for a while as I work on the bottom part because that's what I have a copy of. So, I mean, goals-wise, not finishing his head and antlers, doing a big chunk of the top of the bear and the hedgehog is about equals about the same amount. So I'm happy. I'm happy with my progress for the month. I don't know when I'll get back to him. I don't know. Maybe as part of Stitch Mania, I'll work on whips. And he'll be one of the whips. And then, let me mark off what I talked about. Talked about the head, talked about the stocking, talked about Lakapati. So, I tiny decision wheeled what my kit would be for, yeah, my stocking is in my Halloween bag. I don't mix or match. I mix and match, I don't match. A tiny decision wheeled my next kit, and it's a small one, so this should actually get done this month. I've already got a lot of progress on it. It's a Biscornu kit. So it'll be my first Biscornu. So I'll get the stitching done this month. I'm not guaranteeing I'll get the actual putting together done because people say it's easy, but it looks intimidating. And you could have the choice of, is it linen? Zweigart Cassia linen or Ada, and I picked Ada for since it's my first Biscornu, I thought that might make it easier to sew together. But it's Berries and Blooms Biscornu from Anne's Orchard Needlework. I got it on Etsy. Look at those colors. If you've been around, you know my favorite color is purple. So that is what I picked for, well, that's what my Tiny Decision Wheel picked for, what month is it? April's kit. And it came with little pieces of Ada, which I wish were bigger because they didn't fit in my Q-snap. Like, that's another thing about kits. Like when I was saying about the last one, I want enough material. I want enough material for that to easily fit into a standard. I feel like 8x8 Q-snap is like the standard size. I would like it to fit into that. Before it does. But I do feel like she gave me plenty of floss. What kind of floss? Anchor. Like I put them on bobbins, well, except for this one because I couldn't find a bobbin. Like I feel like I got plenty. So I got so much. Like this is gonna get me through this project easily. But in order to fit it on my Q-snap, I had to sew fabric onto my other piece because there's two pieces of this size. And look, that's my progress. Oh, really quick, I'll show you the pattern. Like it comes on this harder piece of like cardstock, like the shiny glossy cardstock, which kind of sucks. It means I can't highlight it because my highlighter just wipes right off of it. So I wish that there was a normal paper and maybe a black and white. But since it's a Biscornu, since it's on 14 count, since it's so small, I actually am able to follow the pattern without having to highlight. So see, like that's the front, that's the back. So far it's worked out okay, but there it is. That's the front side, and then there's the back side. So the front, you know, Biscornu, it's the same on all quadrants. So I just have to finish putting all the purple, light purple and dark purple on those, and the front is done. This was so fast, so easy, so enjoyable. And again, this is just 14 count Ada, but look how it's not enjoyable to stitch on. And of course my anchor doesn't shred apart and knot. There's my fabric I had to sew onto my fabric, which I will unpick from this fabric and attach to this fabric when I do the back. So yeah, this Biscornu, unless I just work on my HAED because I'm addicted still, or unless I get really busy, I can't see me not finishing this kit. It's so nice that some of my kits are smaller since most of them are big old honking bad boys. I appreciate that I have a few smaller kits. I don't know. I have this one. I had the Bothy Threads bird, which I got done in like a day. And this. And off the top of my head, I can't remember if actually there is any other small. I'm on my phone. I can't look up. That's where my Tiny Decision wheel is. I can't off the top of my head remember if I have any other small kits. I don't know. But either way, that is great fun. I'm enjoying that. I cannot wait to see it done. The kit came, like I said, with everything, and there's the beads. It's from Etsy, Anne's Orchard, no, Needlework. I almost said network. That's my April kit. And then for wipgo, my wipgo board of woe, the numbers picked were 4, which is my Halloween Quaker, and 10, which is my Autumn Barn Quilts Needlework? I don't know what that's called. But, so today I've been working on my, where is she? There she is. Halloween Quaker from Lila Studio. And on my whipcord board of woe for Halloween Quaker, when it gets called, my goal is to do 1 motif at least. And I'm working on the skeletons motif. I can't see that one. And I'm using all the called for fancy threads. And I'm using 36 count linen in Paranormal from Bestitch Me, 2/2. And there it is. That's what I've been working on today. This motif. God, look how ugly my ghost is. I hate my stitches in white. Ugh. And I had to put in a nerd, which I also don't like because I had no Q snaps available. But so once it's done, because I just have to do this other skeleton, this little other motif, and like the rest of that line. See how I feel? Like I said, when I'm doing a motif, sometimes since it's already in a Q snap or nurge, and there's exposed room, there goes my needle. Get up there. I'll do like a small, like if there's small motifs nearby, like that and that. I'll just do them, and I can't remember if there are any around the skeletons. There's a little purple one, like in the candle. I guess I could do those if I wanted. We'll see how I feel. Like I said, this is not one of my favorite things to work on because I love the fabric color. I don't really enjoy working on the fabric because it's too loose for one thread. It is 36 count, right? At least that's how it was labeled. Yeah, 36 count linen. If I use one thread, it was too loose. I didn't like it. 2 threads is just a tad bit too bulky and messy looking. So I'd rather have it look that way than be super sparse with 1 thread. So I'm using a lot more thread than I want to use because it's fancy thread, so it's going to be expensive. So, you know, just kind of like, as I'm working on it, I don't hate it. I'm just like, this takes so much thread. And I wish I could use 1 thread. Because my stitches, because 1 is so sparse, but 2 looks not that great. But you know how you tend to be hypercritical of yourself. Trying to let that go. Because it's going to be pretty when it's done. And then my other call was, I said, autumn barn quilts. And that is a goal of 200 stitches. We'll see if I get that done because my brain, I have not worked on this probably 2 years. I should have got out my tracker book. But it's Regional Quilt Series from Nancy's Needle Autumn Barn Quilts. Is that Needlework? I don't know what that's called. You work on canvas. But my brain is having such a hard time because it wants to count the holes like cross stitch, and that's not right. At least that was my problem, well, like 2 years ago or so when I worked on it. I started in the middle. And the kit came, there's I was wondering where my pride stitch marker, needle minder went. Well, I found it. I'm using, it's called for fancy threads, which are freaking gorgeous. These are the thicker ones. These are all of them. It's been a while since I've been in here. Since I've been in this bag. Oh, and there's that. I'm finding lots of things. I swear to God, there's more thread than that. Ah, see, I knew it. Pretty threads, because, you know, it's autumn, which is my favorite season. But, I'm going to, oh my God. Guess, yeah, okay. So then guess where the needle minder is, where the top is. That's all I got done. Like, I had nothing to put behind this but me. Hey, like 2 years ago. And my brain was like, I don't know if this is right. This hurts my brain. I can already see a stitch, which I'm pretty sure is not right. Oh no, actually it looks kind of bad in that picture too, so maybe it is right. But my brain wants to treat it like cross stitch. Like I want to count over. I don't know. My brain was like, I can't get this. But I'm going to try my hardest. I don't really honestly know how to count 200 stitches on this. I guess like just one length into one, in a hole, up a hole, out, down a hole, 1 stitch. That's there. Okay. So my goal is 200. I feel like that would be finished off the center tree. We'll see. I don't know. This is why it's on my wipgo board of woe. Also because after the year, I think it's on there 4 times. On my wipgo board of woe. I think my hay was on there the most. Because it was also on there for this reason. I was going to work on them when they were called, during the months they were called, and after the year decide if I wanted to keep doing them or if I hated them. Clearly, the HAED success shouldn't really even be on the wipgo board of woe anymore, because I love it. We'll see how this goes after the year. If after a year I'm over it, I'll just do a giveaway. Like when I gave up on knitting that vest for my nephew, and I just gave it away on my Flosstube. If after the year I still am like, nope, I can't do it, I love it, I want it, I really, really, really want to own it, I really want to put it on my wall, I really want to love it forever because it's so stinking pretty, I'll have to let it go. If after the year of wipgo board of woe, I'm still like, no. I might even include the bag, because it's a great bag. I got it from, I believe, one of the Christmas Black Needle Society bags. It's huge, so it'd be great for traveling and stuff, but I just don't need it for traveling. It's super cute. I just like to, I wish I had a reason to use it more. This big bag, but it fits everything in here, like that big old frame in here perfectly, and it's got so many great pockets for it. I don't know. If I gave it away, I might give the bag away too, or I might hold on to it and try to talk myself into using it. It's like supposed to be good for like going to retreats and stuff, so many pockets. Oh, I don't know. So my plans for the month are to work on the Biscornu. Did you guys see that? Okay. I swear to God, something just walked by me. I'm not going to watch this again to find out because I don't edit and I don't want to watch myself. I swear to God, I saw something walk by. Okay, so my plans for this month are to work on my Biscornu kit, finish up that motif on Halloween Quaker, try my damnedest to get 200 stitches on the Autumn Barn Quilts for wipgo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna work on my HAED. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna work on my HAED. So those are my goals. I don't know why I'm circling them. I know what my goals are. So I have no haul to show you. The kit I ordered, my last kit doesn't come. It said it had trouble being delivered yesterday, which I don't understand why. But anyways, but I did, because I enjoyed my Bothy Thread little kit so much, and they have such cute patterns, I did buy the Bothy Thread advent calendar for this year. So I'll have that one, and then I'll for sure later, in a couple months or so, put my down payment down for Jenny's advent quilt box, because it's a fantastic box, oh my God. And then we'll see if any other things catch my eye, since I have this job and I have a little bit more disposable income that's basically just mine now, because my son's teeth are paid for. He had his wisdom teeth taken out Tuesday. Oh my God, and that kid's a trooper. He's doing great. He's barely even taking any drugs for it. He's back to work. He ate a hamburger yesterday. I don't know. I feel like I'd be a hot mess. He had all 4 taken out, but ugh. So anyway, so I have a little bit of disposable income, so I wanted to buy a couple advents before I quit this job. And then speaking of this job, I got the FFO I'm going to show you is my fully finished framed Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. My coworker, the framer at Michael's, finished it, and oh, I love it. First off, I'm going to tell you, if you work at Michael's, they have a team member appreciation week. I don't know how often it is, if it's once a week, not once a week, once a year or what. But lucky for me, I started that job, and then they had like a month later that thing, and At Michael's, you get a discount custom framing anyways. I think it's like 60%. I can't remember. But for like the team member for Appreciation Week, it was like 70 or 75. I want to say 75% off. My receipt says I saved $320. I'm not sure I would have framed this bitch without that discount. I would have used like, I would have saved up a couple paychecks and framed it eventually. But, oh yeah, here it is. Isn't it wonderful? He did such a good job. I told him I wanted to be able to see the lines. I didn't want it, but I didn't want a lot of fabric. Because a lot of times I have to frame my own things in frames that don't actually quite fit the projects. So there's always a lot of fabric around the edges, which I don't mind because I use pretty fabrics and I like seeing them. But I thought it'd be nice to have something closely framed. And so he did. And look at this pretty frame. I mean, this was probably expensive too because I knew I had 75% off. So I didn't even look at frame price. I just walked back behind the counter and went, this one, I like it. And that's the one I got. I have no idea how much that would have made a difference in framing, quite honestly. It might not actually have been that expensive if I had been frugal. I mean, for all I know, this was one of the cheaper frames. I don't know. But there it is. And all is framed to glory. And no, I don't pay for museum glass. I don't care. I have so few windows in my house, honestly. My house is like a dungeon, which is, again, why lighting sucks. That I don't care. You can't, I don't care. Come on, screenshot, wait. Thanks for putting up with that. I really hope that's my screenshot because I love it so much. Though I guess it would be kind of a spoiler, huh? Oh, whatever. Look how great that looks. Oh my god, it's so heavy. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, I love it so much. And because I do get that like 60% discount, I am hoping to get at least 1 or 2 more things framed before I no longer work there. I just don't know what I want to get framed. Let's see. And then what I need your help on. I bought this frame, deep discount at Michael's, and there's stuff in the corner I need to get out. I can't get it out. I think it might be under the frame. This is not in here. This is just badly placed in here. Because it's the only thing that'll fit, and the thread is dark gray and brown, so I thought it might work. I know with the bad lighting it might be hard for you guys to tell, but do you think that works? Like if I straighten it up, I mean it's gonna be tightish on this side, and then there's gonna be like, you know, like what, 1/2 inch on the bottoms of fabric showing, and it is really pretty fabric. So again, I don't mind that. Is the frame too stuffy for the piece? What kind of frame do I get for this? Because this is an 8x10. I don't know, part of me feels like just shoving it in there so I can put it on my wall and look at it because it's beautiful. This is my Puff the Dragon from Marumi Designs. Oh, is Marumi Designs her name? Her design name? It's been so long. Fuck. It'll be in the bottom, the description. What do you guys think? Yay or nay? Like, that's fine, Sarah. Like, I'm not going to glue it in there so it won't be permanent. So, like, yay for now? Yay forever? Ugh, Sarah, don't do it. What do you guys think? Because the thread, which Kaylee from Kaylee 10 Stitch dyed for me, is dark gray and dark brown. It's such a fantastic piece. So, like, this is like, it's black, but you know, black and dark brown. Does it look okay, you guys? If I straighten it up, you think this won't look bad? I couldn't decide. And my artsy kid isn't home to tell me yes or no because she's off at college. So you know how that goes. I gotta write down that I mentioned Miriam and Kaylee. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Yep, nothing going on. My son had his his wisdom teeth removed, and a couple days for that he turned 21. So I was going to take him to see the Brendan Fraser The Mummy for Flashback Cinema at our theaters, like about 45 minutes away. They no longer participate in in that. So there goes all our old movie watching. He was my movie buddy. We watched so many Hitchcock movies, and it's so nice to see on the big screen. I'm so mad. So instead, we ordered pizza, and he picked out a movie to watch here, and he made me watch Hannibal, which I've seen before. It's not an awful movie. He loves it. I'm like, it's all right. It's no Silence of the Lambs. And then we had cake and whatever. It was great. He had a good birthday. And then my daughter turns 20 in 2 days. I have my kids 1 year, 1 week, 1 day apart. I cannot go down to Dayton to visit. Neither can my husband. So my son is going to go down and spend her birthday with her. She can't come back here because it's the last month of school. She didn't even want us to send her presents. She's like, I'll just open them when I get back. So all her presents are going to stay here, and she will come home at the end of April and open her presents. And I will send my son with some money so he can take her out for some sushi. And I already ordered her cake from Quilts Creamery for her to pick up. So yeah, I'll have a 21-year-old and a 20-year-old, and I don't quite understand where the time went. I still feel like I'm 12. Okay. Yeah, now that's it. Nothing else in life. Just working, watching a lot of TV, not being social, because as I told my friend, apparently, the state of the world and the country have got me down more than I anticipated. I did not realize, but I've just kind of retreated majorly into myself and my family and K-dramas. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I've not been very social. I try, so like I share updates on stitching and stuff on Instagram and Bluesky. Other than that, I've just been kind of in my own little bubble at home, and then going to work, and then come back to my own little bubble. Oh, that was my watch. Damn. Okay, so to end on that downer. Okay, so thanks for stopping by, and maybe I'll see you next week. Maybe it might be 2 weeks. I kind of like the 2 weeks because I feel like I have more to show you right now since I'm working and I'm not getting as much done. So we'll see. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, because today is Friday. Yes, Friday. Oh my gosh. Yes, Friday. I record on Fridays. Have a good weekend, you guys. Bye.